Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to call the Fall General Faculty Meeting of the University of South Carolina to order. I'm Michael Amiridis. I'm the president of the university, and it is a privilege and a pleasure to be here with you and to welcome you as we begin a new academic year. Before we begin, however, I would like to acknowledge the sorrow of our entire academic community for the member of our USC faculty who lost her life last week. Let us observe a moment of silence and reflection in memory of our colleague, as well as the student whose life in a very tragic coincidence was also lost the same day. Thank you. Now we can start the general faculty meeting, and the first question that I have is about the correctional approval of the minutes from the general faculty meeting of April 26, 2022, which of course I didn't attend and I have no idea what you talked about. So are there any corrections or additions to the minutes? There being none, may I have a motion to accept the minutes from somebody that attended the meeting? Second? Thank you. Any objections? This has been carried and the minutes have been approved. The next item on the agenda is my report to you. And of course, I have been here less than 3 months by now, 2.5 months. But I'm very glad to be back here, and I'm very glad to keep reminding myself that I am a tenured faculty, and I earned my tenure here at this institution. I was not awarded tenure when I came back. They just reactivated my tenure. And on a personal level, I very fondly remember a similar meeting 28 years ago. It was in 1994 when I came for the first time, and frankly, it was the last time until I became an administrator, into a general faculty meeting to be introduced. It was at the auditorium of the Kloss-Hip building, the business school as we knew that at that time. And I remember that President Palms asked the department chairs at that time, my department chair introduced me. So I hope some of you will remember at some point who was the president here, because I think most of the people don't care, especially the students don't even remember, but I do. It must have made an impression on me because I do remember exactly what happened, and even I remember where I was sitting at that time. Over the last 2.5 months, I had the opportunity to go around the state and in some cases outside of the state, talking to alumni, to business leaders, community leaders, elected officials, and what I have seen, which is a great positive sign, and I was not surprised about it. I was expecting it. Is how strong the love and support for this university is among our alumni and among our friends. What I have heard from them is that they really want us to move forward. They want us to regain national leadership in certain areas. They want us to showcase our success. And as you may have heard me saying into the new faculty members, into the students, the success of the university is defined by the success of the faculty and the success of our students. They want us to showcase this success, and they would like to see the university being stable. Stability and experience is the two words that I have heard. And this is actually the same sentiment that I got now that you're back and I have started visiting different colleges. I've gone through 4 colleges by now. That's a very similar sentiment that I have seen among the faculty and the staff as well. This is what actually the appointments of the new vice presidents, and we managed to appoint the entire, all the interim positions to replace them with permanent vice presidents. This is what the appointments at the VP level reflect as well. The first priority was experience in these positions and also stability that they will bring. I have to admit that life became much more pleasant and exciting 3 weeks ago with all of you and with the students coming back to campus. It's a unique experience of revival that we have every year in higher education. And at least for me, every time that I go through this process of a new academic year, it brings a new wave of energy, but also a lot of hope and optimism for the future, especially seeing our new students coming in, being excited, being optimistic, and wanting to change the world. A lot of people are asking me about priorities and goals, and frankly, I'm not ready to answer these questions because I don't want to do that without having feedback from the academic community. That doesn't mean that I don't have my own ideas, and I have read, well, actually, that's not an accurate statement. I have scanned through the very large strategic plan that you put together over the last few years. But I want to complete a first round of interactions with the faculty, with the staff and the students before we start solidifying these priorities. With this in mind, however, I have some preliminary thoughts that I want to share with you, and a number of them are not necessarily related only with the University of South Carolina, with USC, but they're also related to the entire higher education sector. I believe strongly that we need to innovate in everything that we do to successfully support our mission of teaching and learning, our missions of research and scholarship, our mission of service to the local communities. Now, the way that I define innovation in these cases is not the traditional way that we usually think about in higher ed, that you tie to entrepreneurship and startup companies. No, I'm talking about innovate in everything that we do. Innovate in the way that we teach and what we teach and how we teach it. Innovate in the services that we provide to our students. Innovate in our ability to support research and advance knowledge and culture. Innovate in the services that we provide to our communities, and innovate in the way that we do our own work here. I think if you take these and then you look at what is needed, which is an excellent student experience and success, right? That's how defined our success. If the students, right, do well and they love the experience that they have, they're successful as professionals and as engaged citizens. What is their experience? Right? Without having this answer and without getting their feedback, it's very difficult for us to define it. We're doing this Sunday, by the way. We have a few hundred students that they will get together at the convention center, and we're asking them these questions. They are the ones who live the student experience every day. And the areas that we're going to probe is what is their experience inside the classroom? What is their experience in terms of the services that we provide? What is their experience in terms of the climate on campus and in the general area of Columbia? And what is their experience when it comes to the transition from degree to career? Are we supporting them enough or not? It is also important to create the infrastructure. And when I'm talking about infrastructure, it's not only the physical infrastructure, it's the human infrastructure that's extremely important for a university to have the right infrastructure to support them. The same is true when we're looking at the focusing on the impact of our scholarship and of our research. Do we provide the support to the faculty members to be able to do what they need to do and what they want to do? And again, the support goes two ways. It's providing support in terms of the services and providing support in terms of the infrastructure. Do we have the right infrastructure in place? And I would like to see also as a priority an effort to address local problems here in South Carolina, whether it's environmental problems, whether it's economy-related problems, whether it's health-related problems, but local problems as well, because this is how it can inform policy eventually in this state, local communities, and beyond. And then another dream of mine is that we lead as a university in the next transformation of higher education that is coming, because everything is changing around us, lead as a university to show others how can universities be more user-friendly entities. We are difficult to navigate. We are large systems and difficult to navigate. It's difficult for students, for parents, for us, actually, even to navigate our internal policies and procedures. Can we help make USC a more user-friendly university? Some of you may be surprised that you haven't heard as a potential priority diversity, equity, and inclusion. And the reason that I'm not referring to it as a priority is because for me, diversity, equity, and inclusion is a core value. It supersedes all the priorities, and it actually informs and assists all of these priorities. It's an obligation that public universities have in order to educate all members of the public. Without being a diverse, equitable, and inclusive university, we cannot fulfill this obligation that we have to educate all and advance all lives in the state of South Carolina. None of this can be done without the alignment and close cooperation of the leadership with the faculty. And I'm looking forward to building an environment of mutual trust and mutual respect and strengthening the ties of the administration with shared governance. My wife and I are looking forward to see you all at our home on September 28th. Those of you who are new here, you may not know that there is a tradition in this university for a fall faculty party for all faculty members at the President's house. Many of you who have been here for a while have asked me, is it going to be the same OPA party, which refers to a Greek term, right? And we'll continue to have it this way. And I can tell you, as much as we love it, we decided to change the theme every year and enjoy different flavors of the world. And since what we miss the most in Chicago was Southern food, the first one is going to be flavors of the South. So I hope, and we hope, that you will join us and we will have the opportunity to chat more one-on-one. Now, it's my pleasure to call to the podium. Next item on the agenda is the report of Provost Dawn Arnett that will deliver her report.
Well, thank you, President Emeritus, and it's an honor and pleasure to be here today. For those of you who have seen me in your colleges, I apologize for redundancy, but I want to take a moment just so you get to know who I am. So I've been in higher ed for over 30 years now. I started my career at the University of Minnesota and went up the ranks there, became an endowed chair, and then went to the University of Alabama at Birmingham as a chair of a Department of Epidemiology for 11 years. And after that, I became dean at the University of Kentucky. And in August of 2022, I became your provost. So when the president called to ask me if I would be willing to take this position, he said, you know, you've had all of these years of experience. And I'm thinking to myself, is he calling me old or am I really that old? And then I realized my first PhD student now has her son in graduate school at Brown. I am that old. But I want you guys to know that I'm really committed to being here. I want to be a provost. I have no aspirations of moving on to be a president. I know that you guys and our university have gone through tremendous change in the past few years. And I want you to know I'm here for the long haul. I bought my house in West Columbia. My husband and I want it to be our last home. And we want to bring, along with the president, a sense of stability and continuity to this university. So I've been asked about my vision. I'm going to just be brief. I don't yet have a vision, but I do have some short-term goals that are going to help to inform the vision that the president and I will work together to create. And that is, first of all, I'm visiting every college. So I'm going on a listening tour and I'm following the president. He's going before me. I'm coming after and meeting with faculty and staff in smaller groups of 50 or less, because I really want to hear from you. I want to discover who we are at the University of South Carolina. What are these hidden gems that exist, and how can we build on those hidden gems to build new and novel interdisciplinary programs to create academic excellence and to be the destination of choice in many different areas We're already the destination of choice in a number of them, and you can name them, but let's create those novel places where we can be the place, the university. So I also have a passion for faculty welfare and well-being. Over the summer, I met with the Faculty Senate Committee on Welfare, Faculty Welfare, and told them I'm really interested in developing novel, innovative ways to build faculty resilience and well-being from a holistic well-being perspective. I feel like the last 3 years with the pandemic have been particularly hard on faculty. And I want us as a faculty, because I am a tenured faculty member here, I want us to develop innovative programs to support faculty. So I will be working with Faculty Senate to look at ways we can do that, that benefit all parts of being a faculty. You know, it's my goal to help to infuse joy in coming to the university campus every day, to being with our students, and to delivering high quality educational and research products. So finally, I'd just like to say again that I will be working with all of you in this listening tour to think through where we can build that vision together. I have a favorite quote. It's a Japanese quote that says, all of us are smarter than any one of us. And really in my core, that's who I am. I believe that by listening to all of you, we collectively will build a fantastic vision for the University of South Carolina. Now I have some required presentations. Let me pick up my sheet of paper I dropped. That we need to go through. And so the first of them are the results for the promotion and tenure process for this year. And so the faculty manual says that I report these results. So as across the spring 2021 and fall 21 cycles, we had 66 candidates with 63 positive outcomes. Of these, 34 of the 35 candidates were for tenure and promotion to associate professor, and they were successful. 25 of the 27 candidates for promotion to professor were successful, and other positive applications include tenure at the rank of associate professor and at librarian, and tenure concurrent with promotion to professor. There's a more detailed report, but overall you can see that this is very successful, and there was great agreement across the different levels of chair, dean, and provost. I want to also thank our tenure faculty, and especially those who serve on the University Committee for Tenure Promotion, because that committee requires a real investment in time, and I appreciate all of your efforts. We also have a few dean searches going on, so I just wanted to give you an update. We just launched the beginning of the search process again for HRSM. And so the committee has been named. The first committee meeting has not yet happened, but that will be happening very soon. We're working with Academic Search as our partner in that search. The Darla Moore School of Business search began in August. It's being co-chaired by Hussein Hasharazi and Tony Torres-McKee. And this search is now at the point of having a position statement ready. So the search committee is working really quickly to try to bring that to fruition. College of Education, we have candidates on campus this weekend next. So that search is coming to a close soon. And then we have the graduate school that resignation happened on my first day of my provost appointment. And thankfully, Cheryl Addy has stepped in her role. She's done that in the past to lead a graduate school, but we'll be launching a national search for that very quickly. And then finally, I'm happy to report we had a successful search that just completed for the university libraries. We were able to recruit a sitting dean at the university, at Tulane University, who's been a dean for 7 years. So he's got lots of experience. His name's Mr. David Banush, and he'll be starting November 1st. So finally, I'll just wrap up by saying I really look forward to seeing you and hearing from you at our listening tours over the fall. I know there are a lot of issues, and I want to find out what they are. And every other week, starting in September, we're going to be launching at the provost office something I call stand-up calls. They're going to be short very targeted Zoom or Teams calls with all of the leadership of the university, chairs, deans, academic deans, directors, so that we can let you know what's important for that week and what they need to know. And then we're always going to end with some great positive news. So like, for example, great positive news for today, we are the #1 university for military and veterans affairs. So that's a fantastic finding. So I think now the time is for us to take questions for the president and I. So if you have a question, all the hard ones the president will answer, right, Michael? And I'll take all the easy ones. How's that? Does that sound good? Okay. So any questions? I know they have a microphone. They're going to run around and because it's kind of hard to get around. Or you could just shout out. Yes.
Enthusiasm you have and the vision for going forward reconciles with some of the things that we heard, particularly from our head of finance on Friday at the Provost Retreat, about there being very limited opportunities for growth.
So what we heard from Ed Walton on Friday was really a description of where we are right now. So in a constrained environment where we have the inability thus far to raise tuition for several years running, where we've tightened up centrally $42 million has come off the administrative and support units in the university. Without new growth or new students or new programming, the only way that we can grow and develop new programs of excellence is really to think through where are those points, he called them leaky areas, where we can tighten up our belt. And I think I'm going to be working with the deans. We're going to find those ways that we can find those leaky areas. One example, and I'm not even going to be beginning to tackle this because I'm just in my 3rd day of my 6th week, but we have 12 CRMs on campus. And I think 4 or 6 different web servers for email. Like, is there a way that we can create efficiency there? And I know there's probably hundreds of examples that we could build on. I'm looking at the deans because they're going to be helping us figure that out. Stacy, anything online?
Nothing yet.
All right.
We have plenty things to do. I'm sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
Reklitis from Computer Science and Engineering. You talked about how you would like the wellness of the faculty and the campus. One simple question that I have is why there is no free gym for the faculty? Why do we have to pay and thinking about it? Oh, you know, I'm gonna be traveling next week, so maybe it's not worth to go pay the money now or something like that. So why there is no free gym?
I don't know the answer to that. I've heard it before, and I'm sure President Emeritus doesn't know the answer yet either. So we'll take it under advisement with our mental health and wellness for faculty committee.
Thank you.
Because physical activity is a very good predictor of overall well-being.
Part of the answer to this is that the students pay for it. And it's an auxiliary unit that we need to pay the debt on this unit and also make sure the maintenance and the operation of the unit. So the students pay for it through their fees. So if we are doing this for our students, right, is it possible to waive it for the faculty members, or do we have to have a different structure, a different type of approach to this? These are decisions that they're financial decisions that need to be made. Right, we have plenty of introductions for the next quite some time. So let me call back Provost Arnett So she will be standing here and I will be sitting down there to call on the deans who will introduce the new faculty members.
All right, first up, we have the first college here was founded in 1801, the same year as the university. The College of Arts and Sciences is led by Dean Joel Samuels, who has the unprecedented task of introducing almost 100 faculty. So Joel, I'll turn it over to you.
This is indeed unprecedented. I just want to comment for a second that this reflects a decision by the college to make a very intentional investment in our professional track faculty, and our instructors and our senior instructors. We have over 60 who I'll introduce to you today. This was done in an 80% budget neutral way to create greater accountability and intentionality at the college level and to create greater certainty and predictability for our students as well. So we're very excited about that. We will be dividing between tenure track and professional track just for some structure to the next 94 names. I did mention to the provost that I have a prior life in which I was a play-by-play announcer in a number of sports, so I'll be honing those skills as we go forward here. So we lead off with Mylene Culbreth, who joins the college as Vice Dean for Diversity, Equity, Inclusion. She comes to us from the University of Minnesota. Next up, our tenured and tenure track faculty. Ian Adams joins us in Criminology and Criminal Justice. Anna Almar Leonte joins us in Languages, Literatures, and Cultures. If you're here, please stand up quickly and then sit back down quickly, as I've been told not even to share your departments, but I'm violating that rule. Samuel Sam Bagg in Political Science. Hunter Bomey in Criminology and Criminal Justice. Kathleen Broussard in Sociology. Michelle Brown in Psychology. They can't even keep up with me on the screen. Kelsey Cameron, School of Visual Art and Design and Film and Media Studies. Donna Kaufman in Psychology. Carl Dahlman, Geography and Director of the Walker Institute. Daniel Frost, School of Earth, Ocean and the Environment. Siming He in Mathematics. Nasil Ho in History. Caitlin Hudak, Psychology, joining us from the University of Alabama. Claire Jimenez, English. S. Wright Kennedy in History. April Langley in English and Director of African American Studies, joining us from the University of Missouri. Eric Lopresti, Biological Sciences. Ruth Lowe, Mathematics. Ting Feng Ma, Statistics. Sai Mu, Physics and Astronomy. Tyke Nunez, Philosophy. I'm setting the standard for all the other deans, by the way. Joy Peltier, English and also the linguistics program. Alexei Petrov, Physics and Astronomy. He comes to us as a department chair from Wayne State University. Joe Quinn, Sociology. Wendy Regacy, joining us as Professor and Department Chair, Criminology and Criminal Justice from Cleveland State University. Abby Schreiber, School of Visual Art and Design. Sarfaraz Sarang, Psychology. Olya Simoska, Chemistry and Biochemistry. Nick Truex, also Chemistry and Biochemistry. Tarini Viswanath, English. Sarah Waheed, History. Lauren Wilson, Theater and Dance. And Ashley Young, School of Visual Art and Design and Film and Media Studies. I would love to tell you about what each of them specializes in, and another day over drinks, I'd be happy to do that. Now to our professional track faculty. Barbara Anderson in English. Marina Arconti, Theater and Dance. Andres Ariave, Languages, Literatures and Culture. Brandy Barnett, Mathematics. James Bird, Statistics. Robert Bird, Political Science. Shannon Blake Lynch, English. Graham Borison, Physics and Astronomy. Gerald Brasington, Biological Sciences. Patrick Brissy, Philosophy. Laura Bruns, English. Don Campbell, Women's and Gender Studies. Alice Cherukian, Physics and Astronomy, stolen from the University of North Carolina. Mary Beth Craig, Theater and Dance. Austin Crane, Walker Institute. Allison Culver, Biological Sciences. Mahaley Sacco, Biological Sciences. Stephen DeRochers, Mathematics. Aaron Dicker, English. Christian Dotson Pearson, English. Azar Eftekhar Kansari, Psychology. Ursula Engelbrecht, Languages, Literatures, and Culture. Erica Fisher, English. Edward Forehand, Theater and Dance. Augustus Fountain, Chemistry and Biochemistry. Benjamin Garcia Ejea, Languages, Literatures, and Culture. Larita Hip, Mathematics. Mary Hollenbeck, Chemistry and Biochemistry. William Joe Jones, School of Earth, Ocean, and Environment. Sorry, Dean Chandler. E.B. Landisberg, School of Visual Art and Design. Catherine Luchak, Women's and Gender Studies. Rachel Mann, English. Cameron Massey, Psychology. Richard McCain, Biological Sciences. William McGuffey, Mathematics. So looks like the screen got frozen. You have to take a breath. You don't have to hear me drone on. I'll continue. Megan McKay, Mathematics. Chase Meyer, Political Science. Grayson Morgan, Geography. Elizabeth Myers, Psychology. Emily Nieger, Psychology. Gustavo Obeso, Languages, Literatures, and Culture. You also note a number of these departments or programs that with a rising number of incoming freshmen are areas where we have tremendous need for teaching across the university. Carissa Orlando, Psychology. Jess Perry, School of Visual Art and Design. It's good that I had the printout, isn't it? Nancy Pinzon Acevedo, Languages, Literatures, and Culture. Shannon Pipes, Biological Sciences. Ali Perhadi, Mathematics. Kevin Pompey, Statistics. Christopher Portwood, Mathematics. Gareth Reese White, English. Alexander Reynolds, Psychology. David Roberts, Biological Sciences. Maria Victoria Sanchez Samblas, Languages, Literatures, and Cultures. Jordan Sheridan, School of Visual Art and Design. Donna Smith, School of Visual Art and Design. Suanna Smith, English. Christine Valstrom, Psychology. Whitney Waits, Languages, Literatures, and Culture. Nicola Waldron, English. Navita Chunhan Wang, Political Science. And David Weaver, Statistics. These are the new faculty in the College of Arts and Sciences. We welcome them all. Thank you.
Well, Joel, I think the moral of the story is if you hire 100 people, you crash our system. So congratulations. Next up is the Darla Moore School of Business. It was founded in 1919 and it's led by Dean Peter Bruce. Senior Associate Dean Mark Ferguson will introduce the new members of our faculty.
Thank you, Donna. So quickly, Priyanka Aurora, Management Science. Joel Albino Pimento, International Business. Beth Vermeer, Accounting. Angelita Condina, Finance. Alareza Famouche, Management Science. Jeffrey Carr, Economics. Dexter Harley, Management. Alexandra Henley, Accounting. Taya McGinnis, Marketing. Lindsay Kim, Management Center for Business Communications. Brandon Mendez, Finance. Denise Sainin, Economics. Ellison Butch Smith, Finance. Pratik Sharma, Finance. Carolyn Somerville, Management. And Helen Vandersloos, Marketing. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Founded in 1888, the College of Education is led by Interim Dean Tommy Hodges. Today, Interim Associate Dean Susan Bond will introduce the new members of the education faculty.
Thank you very much. I'm pleased to introduce 9 new faculty in the College of Education. Jamil Johnson, I think you're here. Please do stand up. In Educational Leadership and Policies. Chaz Thompson, if you're here, stand up. Also in Educational Leadership and Policies. Ashley Guess in Instruction and Teacher Education. Elizabeth Rollins, also in Instruction and Teacher Education. Matthew Cunningham, also in Instruction and Teacher Education. Jenny Powell in Instruction and Teacher Education. And Devin Randolph, also in, hi Devin, in Instruction and Teacher Education. In Educational Studies, we have Karen Chien. Hi Karen. And in Physical Education, we have Mason Sir. Hi Mason. Thank you.
Thank you. In 1909, the College of Engineering and Computing was founded and is represented by Dean Hussein Hajharari. Dean Hajharari, please introduce the new members of your faculty.
I am not Dean Hajharari, but I do play him on TV. He sends his regrets. I'm Jed Lyons. I'm the Senior Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, and I'd like to welcome the new faculty for the College of Engineering and Computing. We have Ahmed Al-Sharif in Mechanical and Biomedical Engineering, joining us from Johns Hopkins. Robert Bailey in the Department of Computer Science, joining us from Engineering, joining us from Dominion Energy. Natasha Delahunt in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, joining us from Claflin University. Brian Hipp in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, joining us from Winthrop. Galara Lavand, an assistant professor in chemical engineering. Junsoon Lee, an assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, joining us from Georgia Tech. Yu Stanley Ling in mechanical engineering, joining us from Baylor. Kiona Middleton in the Department of Integrated Information Technology, joining us from Western Governors University in Salt Lake City. Zhenmeng Peng in chemical engineering, joining us from the University of Akron. And Tao Wei in the Department of Chemical and Biomedical Engineering, joining us from Howard University. Welcome.
Thank you. The College of Hospitality, Retail, and Sports Management was founded in 1965. It's led by Interim Dean David Cardenas. Dean Cardenas, please introduce your new faculty.
Thank you very much. We have 14 new faculty in the college. First for Sport and Entertainment Management, Tarlan Charladavodia. Also for Sport and Entertainment Management, Keshav Gupta. Also for Sport and Entertainment Management, Johan Rolik. Also for Sport and Entertainment Management, Bill Sutton. And last for Sport and Entertainment Management, Laura Truel. In the Department of Retailing, we have Hannah Lee. We have Rafiq Isam Rana. We have Elena Nichols, Ekton Chiyana, and Daniel Kim. And in the School of Hospitality and Tourism, we have 4 faculty: Estefania Bustardo, Tom Mulliken, Ashley Schroeder, and Scott Taylor. Oh, I didn't notice that you had the slides ready.
All right, thank you. Doc. Thank you. All right, founded in 1923, the College of Information Communications is led by Dean Tom Reichert. Associate Dean Shirley Carter Staples will introduce new members of the faculty.
Good afternoon and thank you. We are very pleased to welcome 6 new professional track faculty in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications and 1 professional track member in the School of Information Science. And when I call your name, would you please stand? First is Russell Gottwald, Jacqueline Kiesler, Marsha Perday, Brendan Shulita, Ryan Rucker, Eileen Waddell, all in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications. And in the School of Information Science, Jeff Walter. Thank you and welcome to you all.
Thank you. The School of Law was founded in 1867. Dean William Hubbard leads the law school and will introduce new members of his faculty.
Thank you, Madam Provost. First, as distinguished Mitchell Willoughby Distinguished Professor, oops, wrong order. Scott Barres. Scott joins us from the University of Kentucky. He's a graduate of the University of Florida Law School, and his scholarship focuses on judicial decision making. He's teaching federal courts. There's Kevin Brown. Kevin joins us from Indiana University School of Law. He's the Mitchell Willoughby Distinguished Professor. He's a graduate of Yale Law School. He teaches torts this semester. His scholarship interest is in the area of race and the law. Kevin's here. Saw Kevin. Okay, good. And Scott, you stood up. Good. Cassandra Jones-Havard. Cassandra is a graduate of University of Pennsylvania Carey School of Law. She joins us from University of Baltimore Law School. Her scholarship focuses on affordable financial products and services. She teaches secured transactions. And Laura Lane Steele joins us from Tulane Law School. Laura Lane Steele scholarship focuses on sex identity and discrimination. She's teaching professional responsibility this semester. She's a graduate of Harvard Law School. And finally, Catherine Magner in our library. She's just joined us from the state of South Carolina's state library. So we're happy to have Catherine. She could not be with us today. Thank you.
Thank you. In 1974, our School of Medicine, Columbia, was founded and has been serving the state of South Carolina and is led by Dean Les Hall. We have Assistant Dean Ruth Riley to introduce new members of the Greenville Medical School faculty. The Columbia Medical School
Columbia.
faculty.
That's good. Thank you, Provost Arnett. On behalf of Dean Les Hall, I'm very pleased to introduce 4 new faculty from the School of Medicine, Columbia. And if you are here, please stand. Dr. Daniel Foster for our Department of Pharmacology, Physiology, and Neuroscience. Dr. Jasmine Scripp from our Department of Family and Preventive Medicine. And she is also a Global Health Fellow in the medical school. Dr. Marion Smith is unable to be here today. He is joining our Family and Preventive Medicine Department and faculty in our Physician Assistant Program. And finally, Dr. Farron Stackhouse, who is faculty in the Department of Neuropsychiatry and Behavioral Science and is faculty with our Rehabilitation Counseling Program. Thank you.
Thank you. The School of Medicine Greenville has been serving the state of South Carolina since 1991 and is led by Dean Marjorie Jenkins. Since she will not be in attendance today, I'm very grateful the slides are working again. Oh, they went away. There are 2 new faculty from the Greenville Medical School, and I don't have their names listed here, but there are 2 women, and I apologize that I don't have their names. Sure, well, just announce them.
Phyllis McGilvery, joining us from the Department of Family Medicine and Biomedical Sciences. And Dr. Allison McGregor as a professor of emergency management.
All right, thank you, Stacy. So we're a team. All right. Our School of Music, founded in 1994, is led by Dean Taylor Harding. And I believe he has a substitute, or is Taylor here? Taylor, announce your new faculty members.
Thank you, Provost Arnett. We're welcoming and delighted to do so in the School of Music 2 new assistant professors this fall. Nicholas Susi, is Nick here? Nicholas Susi joins us from the College of St. Scholastica in Duluth. He got his doctorate from the University of Michigan. And we also have Mock Gergich. Is Mock here? Yeah, thank you for adding that. Mock is an assistant professor of guitar. He joins us from private practice, as it were, Grammy-nominated guitarist for Solo Record, Classical Record of the Year this past year, and his doctor's from the University of Southern California. Those are our new faculty in music. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Dean Jeanette Andrews leads our College of Nursing, founded in 1957. Dean Andrews, please introduce your new faculty.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Arnett. We have 13 new faculty in the College of Nursing, and if you're here, please stand. Dr. Kate Bernheisel, Dr. Teresa Bowers, Dr. Sevilla Bronson, Dr. Lori Donnell, he's an endowed professor, Dr. Donna Kazemi, Dr. Janet Kubas, Dr. Gaynell Magwood, an endowed professor, Dr. Melissa Mulkey, Dr. Jewel Scott, Dr. Nikki Smith, Dr. Carolyn Suline, Dr. Kristen Weaver-Toteman, and Dr. Pamela Wright. Great new additions to our College of Nursing. Thank you.
The College of Pharmacy was also founded in 1988 and is led by Dean Stephen Cutler. Senior Associate Dean Julie Cease, please introduce the new members of your faculty.
Thank you, Provost Arnett. I'm pleased to introduce 4 new faculty from the College of Pharmacy, and I'll ask that they stand up. Several of them are with us. The first 2 are from our Clinical Pharmacy and Outcome Sciences Department, and the first is Dr. Jordan Ballou. Jordan will also be working with our Kennedy Pharmacy Innovation Center. The second is Dr. Jennifer Clements. Dr. Clements will be on the Greenville campus of the School of Medicine, serving as our Director of Pharmacy Education for the college there. And then from our Department of Drug Discovery and Biomedical Sciences, Dr. Chase Francis. Dr. Francis's area of specialty is neuroscience, and Dr. Alessandra Porsu. Dr. Porsu's area of interest is also neuroscience. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Founded in 1975, the Arnold School of Public Health is represented by Dean Thomas Chandler. Dean Chandler, please introduce your new faculty.
Okay, thank you. If you're here, please stand up as I call your names. We have 15 new faculty in Arnold School. 8 of them are tenure track and 7 are in the professional track. Maysam Armanji, Department of Communication Sciences and Disorders. Heather Armstrong, also ComD. John Bernhardt, Department of Health Promotion, Education, Behavior. Dr. Sarah Burkhart, Department of Exercise Science. Dawn Emerson, Department of Exercise Science. Halagadas, Department of Health Promotion, Education, and Behavior. Rahul Gosal, Department of Epidemiology and Biostatistics. Katie Hirsch, Department of Exercise Science. Minji Kim, Department of Health Promotion, Education, and Behavior. Hey, Minji. Sigfus Christensen, Department of Communication Sciences and Disorders. Lisa Norris, also ComD. Aaron Smolak, also ComD. Catherine Stromberg, also ComD. George Tam, Department of Health Promotion, Education, and Behavior. And we have a new chair on the Arnold School this year, Brad Wright, Chair of Health Services Policy and Management. Thank you.
Our College of Social Work was founded in 1969 and is led by Interim Dean Terry Brown. Dean Brown, please introduce your new faculty.
Thank you. We are excited to announce our 1 new faculty member this year, and that is Dr. Bree Alexander.
The university's first freestanding library opened in 1840. Today, our university libraries are led by Dean Thomas McNally. Associate Dean Heather Heckman, please introduce our new members of the faculty.
Thank you. We welcome 2 new librarians this year. Yvette Bridges is Head of Circulation and Visitor Service, and Daniela Cureau is Director of Moving Image Research Collections.
Thank you. And finally, Palmetto College. our most recent college, founded in 2013 and led by Chancellor Susan Elkins. Chancellor Elkins, please introduce your new faculty.
All right, thank you, Provost Arnett. We're pleased to welcome 9 new faculty members across Palmetto College who are out on the campuses joining us virtually today. First, Dr. Sahar Agasafari from USC Lancaster, who is in art and graphic design. Second, Christine Anderson, USC Lancaster, Library and Information Studies. Dr. Amy Gerald, USC Lancaster, in English. Dr. Evan Noe, USC Lancaster, in History. Dr. Brian Lindmark, USC Salkehatchie, Mathematics and Engineering. Dr. Sami Varjasari, USC Sumter, in Chemistry. Dr. Tekla Johnson, USC Union, in African American Studies. Dr. Andrew Kettler, USC Union, in History. And Dr. David Mitra, USC Union, in Mathematics. Thank you.
Thank you. So it's our commitment to our faculty and our new faculty to make sure you have a great experience here and successfully come to become the faculty that you want to be, whether it's professional track or tenure track. We're here to support you. And let's give one final round of applause to our 200 new faculty.
I suspect all of you know that we had the largest freshman class ever with close to 6,600 first-time, full-time students. This is one of the largest cohorts of faculty members that I remember in my career here, and it's wonderful to see all of these new colleagues to come in. And I want to thank especially those of you who took the time to come here in person and join us and be introduced. So congratulations to all. It's now my pleasure to call on Audrey Korsgaard, Chair of the Faculty Senate, to give the Faculty Senate report.
For the record, I only have half a page of notes here, so after 200 introductions, I think we deserve a quick set of comments. There are no actions today on the part of the Faculty Senate, so I can keep my comments brief. For those who are new to the faculty, we as faculty are empowered by the Board of Trustees to govern or share governance over certain aspects of academics and the research enterprise. And that authority is then delegated to the Senate, and the Senate delegates it to standing committees who do all the heavy work for us, like the Courses and Curriculum Committee or the University Committee on Tenure and Promotion. Once they make their decisions, it goes back to the Faculty Senate, they make their decisions, and then it comes to you at these general faculty meetings. So as I said, we have no actions today, but there will be at our next general faculty meeting, because that'll capture all of the faculty manual changes, all the legislation we've done over the course of the year. So that's what we do, and there's not much to say about that today, thank goodness. But I do want to just extend on behalf of the faculty a warm welcome to our new president, Emeritus, and our new provost, Arnett. We're very excited to have you join the faculty. We're excited to have some stability. I think we're also excited to have some momentum. I agree that I think what President Emeritus was alluding to is that we're in a moment now where we have an opportunity to leap ahead and really be a leader in higher education. And we're very excited to work with the leadership of the university to help realize that. So I'd just like to take a brief moment to make an appeal to you that the responsibilities we have are very important. I believe that we have a unique and vital contribution to the operations of the university in terms of guiding curriculum and courses, developing our own faculty, enabling our faculty to do the best research and scholarship they can. That comes from a lot of the work that we do in our shared governance. And that means that we all have to step up and do a little bit of it. So I encourage those of you who are new faculty members to read your faculty manual, visit the Faculty Senate page, learn a little bit about what our activities are, what your rights and responsibilities are. I think a lot of people think about the faculty manual as sort of a contract, and it is a contract of sorts for faculty, but it's also a guidebook for how we can contribute to making the university a better place. So take a look at all that and think about how you might want to engage with a shared governance. And for our returning faculty, again, making a pitch to step up and get involved. We always need volunteers. We still need a few volunteers for some committees. So if you're interested, please reach out to me. And we'll be sending out a new call for volunteers this fall. So please be on the lookout for that and find a place for yourself. There's varying levels of work you can do and ones where you're really passionate, whether that's in the scholarship, fundraising, education, whatever it is that's your passion, you can find a place and a way to contribute that aligns with your workload. So please give it some thought, and I hope to hear from you in the near future.
Thank you, Audrey. I think we're reaching this point now that I'm asking if there is any old business. My understanding is that there is none, but again, I was not there. Is there any old business that needs to be addressed? Is there any new business to discuss? Is there anything that anyone wants to add for the good of the order? Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting? Second? Hearing no objections, I now can call the fall general faculty meeting to be adjourned, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at the Faculty Senate and at the spring faculty meeting. And I hope again to see many of you at the faculty party that we will have at the end of the month. Thank you for coming.